Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about confidence, the root chakra, and healing modalities. so, um, I don't know what I was watching, but I kind of had like a download of what I'm doing right now. I guess in my spiritual journey is trying to gain true confidence. Because about a couple of years ago, I decided I'm going to fake it until I make it. Um, Being confident is not something that came easy for me. Um, for a lot of years, I struggled with low self esteem, low self worth, always nitpicking my looks and how much weight I've gained, or, what my skin looks like, So I really used to pick myself apart. And then it was so bad that, when I was younger, I got bullied a little bit like everybody else. And that stuck with me to the point where like I was uncomfortable within my body. Like I didn't know how to move my body. I didn't know how to take up space in my body. And that was something that I had to heal while I'm on this spiritual journey, is my relationship to myself and my body. And one thing that I found through how I heal is through music. And I feel like I listen to lyrics. I feel like sometimes the true meaning of a song isn't revealed to me until I go through the situation, and now I can hear it with different ears because I've experienced something that now when I listen to this song, I can truly resonate with it. So I've noticed like there's songs I would listen to for years, but until I went through a particular situation, I really didn't hear or feel what the artist was speaking on. So now that I've gone through certain situations, I can hear the truth in certain music that I listen to. And one big song for me that I really want to mention right now that has gotten me through the changing seasons in my life is Out My Mind Just in Time by Erykah Badu. I have a wasp in here and I'm just making sure it stays over there and don't come over here. Okay. So that song helped me through a dark period of like, because when you're in your healing journey, it's like you fake it till you make it, and then sometimes you like collapse and you have those moments where you're like, I hate myself. I don't like anything about myself. Like, you know, these pity parties we throw for ourselves. And so I go through those cycles, like up and down, up and down. And now I feel like I'm at a place where I'm gaining like true confidence. And I feel like I'm gaining true confidence because I have rectified my issues with my root chakra. Like feeling stable, feeling grounded, feeling safe within myself and within my body, within my environment. That is something I've always struggled with, whether it was other people, but I really feel like it was my own fears, my own anxieties, my own distrust in people and the system, and things like that, that kind of held me in like hostage in my root chakra. So once I started to heal that within me, now I'm getting to a point where I'm really truly becoming confident in myself and okay with myself. Like, I don't know if anybody else goes through this, but I really have a problem dancing and really like feeling the music and getting into it and not feeling like really, really cringe about it. Even when I'm like dancing in private behind closed doors, it's like an element of judgment, even from myself. And that is something I feel like, because my healing modality is music, like it seems like the logical next step would be dancing, because once you embody that music and that frequency, you should be able to express it in your movements. Not saying I'm gonna get on camera and start dancing, because I'm really doing it in private so that I can get comfortable with my own energy, with my own body movements. Like, I'm not used to taking up a lot of space. I'm someone who, back in the day, which is ironic, I used to wear a lot of black, and would get dressed in things that I like and then take off pieces because I don't want to stand out and things like that. So a couple of years ago, I started to just wear the outfit, wear the things that I like to wear, and not have other people in mind when I dress myself. And I really had to start doing that in order to heal. So I'm wanted to do this pick a card with my goddess cards, goddess guidance cards, to kind of give courage to the other girlies who are like me, that are getting to a stage of true confidence within their own body. And yeah, and see what they have to say about that, and any advice moving forward. Because yeah, I want to create this channel to create a collective of people. It doesn't even have to just be women. It is of people who are really going through their spiritual journey and realizing that it's not what it's all cracked up to be. It's actually really, like, tough, and it's not cutesy and fun all the time. So yeah, so we're gonna ask the cards advice on this time, this frequency, and this energy right now. I just feel like a lot of us are being called out of our shell, called to express ourselves and to move our bodies and to embody that frequency of the mother. I feel like we're doing that. We're supposed to be doing a dance with nature, and you know, feeling comfortable within what was given to us. Like, this is my body. It helps me move around every day. It helps me eat. It helps me be comfortable. It helps me work. It helps me do everything I need to do throughout the day. So I should be comfortable in moving this body and being in this body and being grateful to this body, and not constantly picking at what it's not. So yeah, so I want to call on my guides, my ancestors that are balanced in the light and the dark. I call you forward to deliver these messages to my collective clearly. What messages do you have for this collective? Give me a card at a time. Well, it didn't want to come out one at a time. It always comes out in threes. So these are the cards we have. So Diana, focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. Okay. Unag? Correct me. Easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. In Cordelia, go outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. Okay. So with these three cards, I feel like you have to be really intentional right now about your healing moving forward. And that mother is calling us to go outside, connect and tap in with her, and to give yourself grace and to be easy on yourself during this time. So what I'm really feeling is, like, right now, you have to be very intentional about your body and what you do with your body and what you put your body through. And really put yourself in a place of care. Like you're caring for yourself almost as if you would care for a child. And you wouldn't let that child put itself in harm's way, or go out with strange people, or feed the child things that it shouldn't eat. So with this intention card, I kind of feel like treat yourself like a baby. I don't know why nothing about this card gives that, but that is what I'm getting when I kind of put all three together. It's like go outside, easy does it, focused intention. So easy does it to me gives that energy of like, be gentle with yourself, be loving with yourself. Don't like pass harsh judgment on yourself, because that's one thing I would do when I feel like I wasn't in the position that I should be in at the time, or I'm not doing enough. My mind would go to immediately to negative self-talk and self-think. Like even right now, I am healing my throat chakra. Like, I don't know what it is when I get on camera. It is hard for me to speak, but I know that's coming from me trying to gain true confidence. Confidence even in how I speak. Because for a lot of years, I was very self-conscious about my tone, the way I talk, how proper I talk, and how the environment I grew up in, like my immediate environment, my parents speak this way, but when I go out and try to navigate the world, a lot of people, it can be off-putting, just the way that I talk, like, and I just had to get okay with it. I never tried to change the way I talk because it's just not natural to me. This is natural to me. And so I'm healing my throat chakra, being within my body. I feel like I'm on my upper chakras. I feel like my lower two, like my sacral and my root chakra, I feel like I have gone a long way with healing those two parts, those two chakras, but I still have my solar, my heart chakra, my throat, my third eye, my crown, and many more chakras, but I feel like those are the chakras that are next for me to work on. And the solar plexus has everything to do with confidence. And then once you get that confidence, boom, you're onto the heart. And once you deal with matters of the heart and being able to be okay with your heart being open, then the throat chakra is now able to be accessed. So I'm still working through those things, but I'm choosing that even though I'm not in perfection, that I'm still worthy of teaching and helping other people. That was something that was also big for me, was me thinking that I needed to be all the way healed, everything figured out, everything perfect before I could speak to other people. And I was wrong in that. And now I'm learning how to be okay with the mistakes that I make, be okay with not looking perfect, not having everything figured out and together before I present myself. Like, I'm still worthy whether I'm fully healed or not. And I feel like that needed to be said for somebody in this collective. So let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Vesta, home. Your household situation is improving, either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. I claim that. So with the home, our environment definitely affects how we feel in our root chakra, how secure and safe we feel, the people we have in our environment, and things like that. And I feel like that's improving. I feel like the transits in the zodiacs and that just passed is really reflective of that energy. Like, things within the home were probably a little rough for a while, a little bit of exchanging differences of opinions and setting boundaries and things like that. And I think that a lot of people are at this point now where boundaries are being set, basically boundaries being set in the home. And holding yourself accountable for the things that happen within the home, and holding other people accountable for their actions and stuff like that. And that could help create a more balanced home. Like, I'm really struggling with my throat chakra. Like, I don't cough like this any other time until I get on video, and then I could just feel like in my throat. But it's always been like that. If y'all go back to like my old videos, I was definitely still coughing like this. But it's only when I turn on the camera, because I feel like that's one thing Spirit has me working through, is doing things even when I don't, even when it's not perfect. So yeah, that's one thing. Let's see, have another card. We have aim, leap of faith, take a risk, and put your heart's true desires into action. And that is what I'm doing currently by uploading these videos. And I feel like you should do the same. Whether you're perfect, you got it all figured out and you know how things are going to go, just do the thing. No matter what it may look like, no matter how good of quality it might be right now. As you get comfortable and you keep doing it and you persevere through it, it'll get better and better and better. And in some ways, I feel like I'm talking to myself, but I know that there's a collective of people who are just like me. I'm not like the only one going through this. And so, yeah, we have siege, quiet time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. And so that's self-explanatory. One thing I'm doing to try to help myself is dancing in private, like completely alone. I feel like if you're a type of person who's like me, I haven't even like really seriously danced in front of my own husband. And we've been married since I was like 16. Like, never shake this booty like that for real. Like, I've always been shamefaced it and too nervous. And I also feel like I grew up with like a little bit of religious trauma, because it's like religious trauma / peer pressure in a way. So back when I was growing up, you know, I'm a millennial, so I grew up in a weird time where it was like fighting temptations and then love and hip hop. So you had your religious side of things, and then you also had like the ratchet stuff. So, so in my mind, I'm religious. I go to church as a kid. You know, parents enforced that. So I got a lot of talk about like the Jezebel spirit and harlots and you know, how that's displeasing to God and things like that. And then in another breath, I was watching like all kind of stuff on TV. So I saw a lot of like Love and Hip Hop, Flavor of Love, all the reality shows. I was a TV kid. Like, my parents worked a lot, so I was at home watching TV a lot. So it's like I seen that side, but then I also seen, oh, you'll never get a husband that way, you'll never get a man, da 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 da. And then when you do date boys and things like that, that's all they want is like sexual energy and not the good girl. So I grew up very, very confused about my sexuality, how to express it, being comfortable in my body, because I didn't want to be considered a whore. And then I also didn't want to be considered an uptight bitch. And I also didn't want, it was just like I was allowing outside people and opinions to fuel what I was comfortable with and what I wasn't comfortable with. And so it kind of made like this energetic freeze in me to where I just became really uncomfortable moving my body because I felt like no matter what I do, it's going to be judged. So I might as well do nothing. You know, I don't know if anybody can relate to that. But, so yeah, and it just created like this immense shyness around moving my body. And it's not even just dancing, it's like, you know, putting your arms in the air and waving at somebody or, you know, yelling across the room. It's like those things made me uncomfortable at one point in time. And I'm still working through it. So, yeah, and I don't know. I feel like there's someone else out there just like me who is trying to heal those parts of themselves and might feel silly or maybe a little childish for how uncomfortable they've been inside of their body. But I'm here to let you know that it's not weird, it's not silly. It's a reality that I don't know if I'm neurodivergent. I feel like I am. I'm undiagnosed, but I feel like we took so many things literal with growing up, and it really made us like task paralysis in a way. So many people pulling you in different directions to where you just feel like, man, I feel like I'll be more comfortable doing nothing because you want me to dance and show off my body for your benefit. And then when I do that, then on the other hand, now I'm considered a whore or trashy or whatever. And so it just made me feel like I don't need to do any of that, do anything. Honestly, when it comes to like sensuality, yeah, and that has cost me greatly. It has cost me a relationship with myself, with my own sensual and feminine energy. So that's why I dance in private, because I'm trying to heal that connection for myself. Not really anybody else, you know. So yeah, and I feel like a lot of women that were more conservative, more to their self, is starting to realize like it really wasn't for you. It really wasn't a preference for you. It was really like everybody wanting something from you, so you kind of just backed off completely from it. When it's so important to be in touch with your feminine and your sensual side and your sexual energy. It's very important to be in touch with that. And that's why I feel like I'm coming out of like healing my root and my sacral chakra, because I'm learning and I'm realizing how important those parts of me are. And so I'm actually giving them the time of day, and I'm spending time with that energy now. And I feel like it's just gonna get better and illuminate and even more. And who knows, one day I might share that side of myself. But right now, I want to keep it for myself because I never had it, you know, to myself. Yeah, like even when I was younger, dancing alone felt weird and uncomfortable. So, yeah, I don't know if anybody else is going through that, but that's something that I really wanted to talk about because it's been an interesting time trying to heal that part of me. All right, see if we got any more messages about healing, about our confidence. And one more card. I feel like this one flipped over. Fairness, my eye. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So with that, I feel like any ill feelings that I've had towards myself and towards my body, a lot of it wasn't my own energy. It was the energy of the people that I was around. And so I feel like with my aunt coming out, that will be balanced out. And now I will be able to differentiate what's mine and what's yours and what's theirs, versus taking on everybody's energy, and it's overwhelming and it's so contradicting that I can't move. I don't know what to do because I can see the side of this and I can see the side of that. And I think I'm coming out of being an observer. Like, I would go places and do things, and I'm like observing everybody else have fun, everybody else live in the moment, and I'm happy. Like I love to people watch. It could be creepy, but that's just always how I've been, because I've always been intrigued by people who are just so comfortable in their body. And so now I feel like me and a bunch of other women or people who are on this journey are about to discover what that's like to be the one that's living, the one that's dancing, that other people are watching and admiring. Now it's your turn to be the one that's watched and admired. That's what I'm getting. And that's what, with my aunt Fairness, she has the scale, and I feel like that's the balance that's needed. You were the watcher, now you're about to be the watched, you know? And yeah, and it has like the eye of, I don't know, Horus. I don't know if it's Horus or, but yeah, and that's what I feel and I see from this, is just like your beauty. I even see like fairness in the other term, like you're fair, like you're beautiful. Your fairness is about to be admired by others, and they're going to see that feminine energy. Because when you look at me, bro, when I finally tap into my feminine energy and I get comfortable in this body and I start moving this body, people are not going to be able to look away, because the energy is just going to be so alluring. And that always used to make me cringe, but now I'm so comfortable in the thought of it. Like, I'm ready for it, because I've sat on the sidelines and I've watched so many other people shine, and I've cheered on so many other people, because I'm not a hater. I don't give out evil eye and things like that. I admire it in other people, because I don't know what it took for you to get there, to be comfortable in your skin. I don't know. So yeah, when I start popping out, or when you start popping out and you start showing your fairness, your beauty, your feminine energy, don't be, moved by other people's opinion, because they don't know what you had to go through to be able to be this fair. And that can have multiple meanings. That could be, fair to be this beautiful, or fair to be as fair or as balanced as I am. Nobody knows what I had to go through, the imbalances I had to find my way back from. And yeah, and I think this is a beautiful reading. Bridget, don't back down is on the bottom of the deck. Stand up for what you believe is right. And that means stand up for yourself. Like, you are a righteous being. And just because you tap into your sexual energy, you are okay with your sexual energy, and you like the way you look, and you're happy with, taking care of your body, your skin, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that religion and society standards have made women feel ashamed of being beautiful, or embracing their beauty fully as their own. Sometimes our beauty is only connected to a man. Like, I can only be beautiful next to him. I can only be beautiful in ownership. And I just can't, and instead standing on my own too, and I'm just beautiful because I'm that bitch. Not because of anybody else, not because I did this right or did that wrong, or because, I'm perfect. I'm beautiful because I say that I am. And that just hits different, than, oh, you're such a, what such and such has such a beautiful wife, or, you're so beautiful for a mother. No, bitch, I'm beautiful just cause. And embracing that, I feel like, is a beautiful thing, and that's where I'm headed. And I feel like that's where my collective that I am manifesting, that is already here and always gonna be here, is also manifesting. Is that true raw beauty. And it doesn't have to be skin deep. It can be within. So that's why I'm like, embrace it, because you are it. And as I always say, I am the mother, you are the great mother, we are all the great mother. As a collective, when we come together as women and we love ourselves and we embrace ourselves, and embracing our sensual energy is very important, because that is where creation starts, is when we embrace our sensual energy, and then everything snowballs and it turns into creation. So with that being said, that is all I see, and I love you guys, and I will see y'all next time.